I know it sounds like some crazy scam at first, but I left the 9-to-5 lifestyle to sell underwear and a whole bunch of other junk online. And in this video, I'm going to show you the step-by-step game plan to finally making some money on your own. And no, this isn't something I did one time and I know nothing about. In fact, here's the exact profit my business made in the last 3 weeks right here. So you can see I still do this. And with the very important caveat that you're not watching this expecting passive income and a Lamborghini right away, and you have a little bit of money to invest in inventory to actually sell, let's get into it. Because the truth is that you can sell random stuff like these underwear on Amazon for $27, despite the fact that all you have to do is buy them from the brand's actual website for $10. And on this particular item, you can see it sells over 5,000 times a month between all the different sizes and colors on this listing. And for every sale, we make $7 in profit for $10 that we spent. And the easiest way that I start finding profitable products for my business is using the work that other smart Amazon sellers have already done. So we're going to find a product live together right now. You'll see my exact process, and it's based on the fact that this brand right here is a Target brand. So Goodfellow and Company, Up and Up is also a Target brand. Things like Great Value, Athletic Works. There's tons of retail stores that have their own private label brands, which means the only place that someone can be buying these t-shirts is from the Target website or Target in person. So when I open up these storefronts here, number one, I'm going to see that these storefronts don't have a ton of feedback. So they're relatively new Amazon sellers, probably doing the exact same type of reselling that we are doing. And they're going to have lots of other product ideas that are from other retail stores. So for example, like they've got some Kirkland stuff, so it's obvious that they're buying stuff from Costco and other major retail websites. So let's go ahead and just start scrolling on through here, and what I'm looking for is items where I can buy it for the max cost option. Basically scrolling through the storefront here and figuring out which of these items are reasonable at this price point. This is the primary way that I've sourced items in my Amazon business, and if you also want to quit your job to sell crazy stuff on Amazon, then this is how you're gonna be able to do it as well. So this right here, I don't know if I can buy this for $16.53. You don't either if you're a beginner. So you're just gonna go ahead and Google that, and we're able to see, seems like maybe on Costco, what is this going for? I saw $20 pulling up, or yeah, in this case they're like $25 for a 6-pack. We need to buy them for $16. So now I have that back in my knowledge. I know I don't need to look at stuff like this. Maybe there's a really good sale they got them on, something like that, and I'm just not seeing a lot of success. And I'm also seeing they got some like Nike and Puma. I'm gonna stick to only brands that new Amazon sellers can also sell, just so it's completely fair. You're able to not have any excuses by the end of the video as well. And let's see, so they're selling some of these bog bags right here. Not the fastest sellers in the world, but still definitely worth checking out. Let's see, going for $72 right there, potentially $54 with a coupon code. That would be profitable. I'm definitely gonna check out this Dick's Sporting Goods because I know that those are legit. Let's see, this, it says it's like a baby size. Interesting. So if I can prove that this website is real, this is probably gonna be profitable. Yeah, let's check it out. So turquoise right here, this one's going for, yeah, $160 basically, and worst case we can get it from Dick's Sporting Goods right now for $72, and that goes for $160 on Amazon. The other thing I want to make sure is true is that price is consistent. So down here I can look at, number one, the chart. It shows me like the past prices on the item, but I'm also really just interested in what's the average 90-day price that this item is sold at, and if I'm profitable there, then it's usually a sign that it's a pretty safe purchase here. Yeah, so bog bag original, yeah, so that looks good to me. Buying it on a nice sale, selling it for $72. It sells 19 times a month, so not the fastest seller, but it's worth it to me because it sells for a $23 profit. So here's one quick example of a winning product off the bat here. And as far as our competition, we're also able to see who's winning sales on this product. So this shows me that number one, like newer Amazon sellers are having success making sales on this. You can see this person has like 100 feedback, another like 100 feedback. Yeah, so this seems like a pretty reseller friendly item with several different options for how to sell it profitably. And just for the sake of example, I think it is valuable. I do tend to buy the vast majority of my items from big, very trustworthy websites. I'm not usually buying from like secret hidden websites or anything like that, but in this case I do want to see Sunshine, what was it called, like Sunshine's Bliss. It just sounds a little sketchy to me, like the price is too good as well, but we can check Trustpilot to see if that is true. And yeah, so it has 0 reviews. A lot of times these are like websites that just pop up out of nowhere, unless we can see if it has like a retail store somewhere that makes me more trustworthy on that. And yeah, I'm only seeing, yeah, so they've got like an Instagram with like 100 followers, a couple websites that's all them, and then somebody like on Reddit saying they've got a low trust score, like typos on the site, that kind of thing. So I don't know if that site is super trustworthy. This obviously Dick's Sporting Goods is a very trustworthy website though. And let me also show you a way that you can increase how much profit you're actually making on these websites, right? If I go to Dick's Sporting Goods, and pretty much any website you buy from, you're going to be able to buy a discounted gift card that you can use to buy discounted stuff at that website, right? So in this case, see, there's $40 gift cards. Some stores are in stores only, which I think Dick's Sporting Goods might be. Yeah, in store only. So they only sell physical physical gift cards. So not the best example here, but anytime you find a profitable lead, I'm just going to use Walmart as a simple example. Discount rates aren't super high, but we can go to these websites and buy gift cards at a discounted rate, and that kind of immediately adds some margin. The Walmart cards are not great either. For a while we had 20% on Walmart gift cards. That was really nice and easy to make some profit. But that's just a couple things I want to introduce you to. So that's how we find one product. We're able to increase some profit, usually off those discounted gift cards. But now that we've found a profitable item, we know that this store is a decent quality storefront. They're going to have other profitable products. So let's keep scrolling on through here and see what we can find. So they've got some sweatpants. We need to buy these for 10 bucks. They're popping up at, I think, 15. Let's see, soft stretch. Are those the soft, ultra comfy? Trying to see what's, yeah, so like the comfy ones or whatever they're calling it are 15. We need to buy them for 10 bucks and 19 cents. We can go in here and check and see if any of these sizes are more expensive. So to do that, I use Keepa and SellerAmp are the only softwares you need to actually source the products. In the beginning of the video, I showed you a screenshot from Boxem, and that's how you'll make shipments and track profit and all that kind of stuff. And that's the software stack you need to get started as an Amazon seller. But what I'm using Keepa for in this case is to see like all the different versions of this pair of pants. So in this case, I can see like the extra large green is the most expensive one because I've got this filtered by price. And the most expensive one on this listing is 25 bucks. We know that we're paying 15 bucks for these. So none of the pairs of pants on that listing are profitable. That's just like an easy way to see if there's any specific variations on a listing that are profitable. And in that case, there's not. So let's keep on going. It's like blade wash or something like that. I don't know if I've ever come across this. Let's see. It's usually like $7.50 each. Sites like these can be really good. Bulk supply-ish websites. In this case, I still don't think it's going to be cheap enough, but it is the cheapest per unit that we're able to find because obviously we're buying stuff in bulk. We want to sell a lot of it. Keep an eye out for that. There's a website called like Webstaurant, and you can buy a whole bunch at once. And a lot of these websites will even give you like a bulk discount. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And as I'm going through these stores, I'm always just skipping things that I don't think I'm going to buy at that profitable price point. One thing that kind of gives it away and tells me I don't need to look at this product, for example, is you see how that price chart is decreasing over time. So that orange line shows me the FBA price. So it shows me the price that it's usually selling for on Amazon. It's been consistently decreasing. So usually that means it's going to be even harder to make a profit than normal. And we have 70 competitors. So the chances that listing is profitable are really low. Take something like this as an alternative. Like it's just 40 in this 40 tampons in this case sells really well as well. So let's see if we can find these profitably. I've got a good feeling on these. Yeah. So see, this is a 40 pack and we need it for 20 bucks and yeah, 40 count. We need to buy it for 20 bucks, 82 cents. And I think even in the picture, so what's happening here is the people on this listing are just buying 2 of these 20 packs that are showing up and then sending that to the customer bundled together basically. So let's see something like this. See 20 regular size. Yeah, so this is the same thing right here, regular. Yeah, and this is $7.50 and we can also get a 25% discount on this. So $7.50 and we need 2 of them, remember, because we're buying a 20 pack and we're selling a 40 count. But then we also get a 25% discount with that coupon, which is really great. And yeah, this item's really solid. So I can see buying it for $11.25, selling it for 40 bucks. So there's even plenty of wiggle room where we can lower our prices if we need to start making more sales and stuff like that. So yeah, personally, I'd probably go ahead and pick up at least 10 to 20 of these multi-packs, see how fast it sells. And then once you start making sales, you can restock based on what you're learning. But yeah, there's another quick example. Let's keep on going here. So like some kind of panda backpack. Again, this has that same pattern where you see the price is decreasing consistently over time. So I bet it used to be profitable and now it is, yeah, it's 35 bucks. Walmart claims to have it for 20. Okay, but it's sold by a third-party seller. So whenever you're buying stuff online, avoid third-party sellers. Make sure you're buying from like legitimate retailers and distributors and that kind of thing. Just because Amazon needs to see that you're buying inventory directly from the source or directly from trusted retailers. So like on this, we're buying directly from the Jellycat website. Still not profitable, but that would definitely be like a trusted supplier if Amazon ever needed us to prove that our stuff is legit, or if they want us to get approved to sell that brand, then we just need to buy it from a legitimate supplier in that case. And so it seems like we've gone through most of the items in this storefront, but now that we have another profitable item we can source based on, you can see how this kind of repeats infinitely, right? So let's check out this storefront. I see they have 3 feedbacks, so they're probably going to have some fairly beginner friendly stuff. And you can also zero in specifically on certain categories that you want to focus on. So we can look at like beauty and personal care, for example. It seems to be what their specialty is. Let's see. So this I actually found in a recent video as well, and this is a profitable item. Just because I already found it, I'm going to find something new. But let's see. So like some kind of fancy deodorant or something like that. What are these going for? I can definitely see this being profitable-ish. Let's see. Yeah, final sale. We can get 10% off with our email, I would assume. But we need to buy that for $11.66, and they're going to be like $8 a stick. So let's see. Yeah, they're all like 24 bucks. And one like really easy red flag to avoid is if you ever see the brand themselves selling a product on Amazon, generally it's good advice to avoid it. There they're either probably going to want to kick you off the listing and be the only seller, or something like this in this case is going to happen, where you see how the only seller showing up in the buy box on that line is the brand themselves. That basically means they're hogging all the sales, and they're able to do that because they own the brand registry on this listing, right? So just make sure you're sticking to listings that have several different third-party sellers all having some success. So something like this where it sells pretty well, got plenty of third-party sellers, and this actually seems interesting just based on kind of the trajectory of that Keepa chart. But we need to buy it for 18 bucks, which could be a little bit cheaper than we're actually able to get it for. Let's see, 26. So we need a really good coupon. Maybe we're getting a 10% coupon, and this is just a free Chrome extension called Capital One Shopping, by the way. Let's see, let's keep going on through here, and I'm just going to specifically try to cherry pick for stuff that I think is a little bit more likely to be good. So like this, yeah, not even close to $4. A lot of these newer stores, what they can also be doing is actually physically going to the retail stores and scanning things and picking them up on clearance, so they're getting majorly discounted prices. I am interested, let's see, in this right here. Okay, so initially I was interested because it says 1 ounce was $2.50, but we're buying 5 ounces in a 4-pack. So if it was 1 ounce 4-pack, we would be profitable, but we are not on that. That's all good. Let's see. Yeah, so scrolling a little bit further down here, like I said, I'm skipping stuff like this. It's like I don't think I'm gonna get that big shampoo for $5. Let's see, like $8 for $6.39. But yeah, we did have that coupon, but it's saying it's not applying on this, so no worries. I do also want to just check and see. Yeah, I'm only seeing coupons showing up for like specific things. That's all good. Let's see. So I see this like perfume is a $40 max cost, and that seems fairly reasonable to me, but in this case it might actually be profitable. Let's see. So fragrance market, I need to make sure this is a real website, but this is 28 bucks. Let's see, but the picture showing a different size. Maybe they're using the same picture for both ones. I definitely want to place a test order on this, but it does seem like they have a distinction. The 2.5 is sold out, and they're probably just using the same picture, which again makes me a little bit suspect on this website. But if we can find some good reviews and stuff like that, then we know it's legit. Another good thing to check is if a website has cashback linked. For example, if I go to cashback monitor, this is going to show me basically a list of all the different cashback services that are offered by websites. So Walmart, for example, obviously a trustworthy retailer. You can see lots of cashback providers do work with Walmart. Fragrance market, I'm not seeing anything pop up, so that's not a great sign for me. Let's see. So let's go fragrancemarket.com. Wait, yeah, so in this case, fragrancemarket.com. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, so this could be legit. Let's see. Yeah, so 4.4 on Trustpilot. The only other thing I'd look for usually is to make sure that they're not all on the same day. Like a lot of times a fake website will buy a bunch of fake reviews on the same day and that kind of thing, and that doesn't seem to be the case. Seems like there's a review every day, a couple a day, that kind of thing, which is definitely a good sign. I can also just check and see if I have any other websites I can buy it from, like Joma Shop right here. Interesting name, but I can see this website is also going to be sufficient, so I could go ahead and plug that in here and see if the reviews look any different. Seems like both of these are going to be profitable though, so we have an option. Yeah, this one seems legit too. It's got literally 31,000 reviews, so that'd be a lot of money to spend on fake reviews if it was not real. Yeah, so I'd probably just buy it from this website right here. It seems like this one's legit as well. We do have extra shipping on this website, so yeah, free shipping over 65 bucks. I'm definitely gonna take advantage of this right here. So buying for 28, and then let's go back over to our Amazon listing and actually calculate our profit here. Yeah, buying for 28, let's just round up to 29 bucks. That's a $19 profit. And one thing to keep in mind is a lot of times colognes and perfumes and stuff like that are going to be classified as dangerous goods or hazmat, which you can check on Amazon as you're listing your products. I assume that's why, like on this listing, you see how no one is doing Amazon FBA, where they're shipping to the warehouse and then warehouse shipping to the customers. They're shipping direct to the customers, which in this case, there's plenty of margin for us to go in here. And in this case, we'll probably just want to ship it directly to the customer, switch this to FBM. When it sells, we'll go in here and plug in our estimated FBM cost, which on an item that's about a pound, that's probably going to cost $8 or $9 to ship. Let's just round up to 9 to be as generous as possible. And you can see here, we're going to make 16 bucks after all of our fees and shipping costs and all that good stuff. So definitely an interesting one here. And at this point, we've already found 3 really solid examples of products that you can buy and sell profitably on Amazon. And just because I can already hear the typical limitations that people are putting on themselves thinking that you can't do this as well, let me show you how to actually get approved to sell all these name brands as well. So for example, let's say you want to sell something like DeWalt tools, which I'm fairly certain that I am not allowed to sell right now on Amazon. What you'll do is you'll go in, you'll try to list that product that you want to sell. You'll either list it on Seller Central or through Boxem, which is a little bit faster, and it'll tell you that you are not approved to sell this brand and we need to apply. So I can press apply to sell, and then I can request approval. And then in order to get approval, all I need is an invoice from a legit retailer or distributor of that product. In this case, let's say I wanted to get ungated in this like Ed Hardy brand. If that's gated for your store, I just go ahead and buy 10 of these, download that invoice that they have to email me, invoice, online order confirmation. Don't get hung up on what they're calling it, that kind of thing. It's all the same thing. As long as your your information along with the product information is on that online invoice. You're gonna be able to submit that to Amazon right here, and usually within 12 to 24 hours they'll get back to you and let you know if it's approved or not. If you get any denials, keep submitting the information. Amazon's just making sure, especially recently, that only legitimate authorized sellers are on the platform, and in our case we're buying things from big trusted websites. So just keep submitting if you're having any issues. Usually I have to submit a couple times on average. Just the unfortunate nature of dealing with some of the virtual assistants at Amazon that don't like to do their jobs and that kind of thing. All part of the process, and just keep submitting if you have any issues. And then once you got those profitable products ungated and ready to sell on Amazon, all you'll do is you go back over to box them so we can start tracking profit and making the process of getting these items sold on Amazon very simple. So what you'll do is you just create a shipment on Boxem right here, and let's say we want to send in a product that we've already listed on Amazon. So I'm just going to use an example product that I've used a few times before. Found this at my local retail store, so I can store like the supplier I bought it at, how much I'm sending into Amazon, what I paid for it, what I want to list it at, and then I just add that to a shipment. Basically, through the process of making a shipment to send to Amazon, we're going to have it all arrive at Amazon, and then as customers see it on the website, Amazon's going to ship it to our customers for us. That's the advantage of the FBA program. And as you go through the 3-step process on Boxem, it'll walk you through what labels are required, how to box up those items, and basically it's just making it as simple as possible to describe to Amazon what you're sending in and the dimensions of everything. If you're on that step of the business where you're ready to start sending shipments into Amazon and start making sales, and you feel confident on sourcing products and you're ready to start sending products into Amazon FBA, you can click this video right here to learn the entire shipment process. And if you're still watching this far into the video, please feel free to subscribe, all that good stuff. If this was helpful for you, that's a great free way to help me out. And let me know down below if you have any questions, comments, anything like that. Always happy to help you guys out. Really appreciate you watching this video once again. See you very soon, and click this video to learn more about selling on Amazon.